What's up? What's up? Good morning, community. On behalf of domestic violence and intimate partner stalking, I am Clayton here with another podcast into domestic violence and how to properly fight an offender who is relentlessly trying to stalk the living hell out of you. So I'll keep this short because I try to keep these under 10 minutes now. It seems to be the best response time. So the gods have favored us, people. God has favored us. That's just an old expression. I don't need my enemies calling me a a polytheist, excuse me. So, God has favored me, people, and the fictitious charges of the mother of Francina Evans has been definitively dropped. Now, I will admit, people, because I'm not a liar, both of our petitions were dropped. And the reason both of our petitions were dropped, ladies and gentlemen, is because we had no direct family relationship. What that means in the terms of family court, ladies and gentlemen, that is when you take someone to family court, there has to be either a family or an intimate connection. Now, unfortunately for Laura Owens, we never had an intimate connection. I'm sure that's what her major problem is with me. But my connection with her was the fact that I knew and had video evidence that she was helping Francina Evans file false charges on me. I had camera footage from her outside of Carteret. I had camera footage of her outside my house when Francina was outside my house. I had camera footage of her outside Essex County courts, precincts. Every time Francina filed a charge or police report, that Jeep was there. So I used that video footage when I went into Staten Island and I petitioned for a full contact order of protection, which I did get. Laura Owens, in response to that, being the person she is, was angry. So what she did was go and file a retaliatory order against me, people, because the apple does not fall far from the tree. Just because this girl files orders of protection against me, people, where do you think she got them from? Her lying ass mother. So her mother is the one who had her filing these order of protections against me, her mother and her grandmother. And for anyone who doesn't believe that, you can simply listen to the audio tapes on francinaevans.com, and those will actually tell you, oh, I'm sorry. So this is the dismissal of Laura Owens. This is the dismissal I got. Um, I just am glad I'm out of court with this lion ass woman because people, the apple does not fall far from the tree. The piece of shit that is Francina has definitely, I would say, birthed itself from the bigger piece of shit that is Laura Owens. So people, in response to me filing charges on Laura Owens for validly stalking me and taking her daughter around to file fictitious and vexatious litigation on me, I got an order of protection. Laura, 2 months later, filed an order of protection against me, citing events that happened over a year before she got the order of protection. And because Staten Island is inherently corrupt, they granted her this order of protection, hoping it would be an effective tool against me, but it wasn't. So, where are we going to go next with it, people? We're going to also report on FrancinaEvans.com. What you actually see now is third on Google. People, it's not a game, people. And I want everybody to understand why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this because I hate this woman. I'm not doing this because I want to hurt her. The truth of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, I wish she would stop. But I can't have her stop, people. She won't leave me alone. So, the most effective thing that I could come up with was to make a centralized place to report this woman as the pathological liar. I'm tired of being called an abuser. I'm tired of my family being attacked. I'm tired of my daughter being attacked. I'm just tired of her, people, and I wanted to stop. So, considering she is on this mission to publicly lie and say I abused her, people, I created this centralized space that will showcase the truth about this woman, which is that she's a pathological liar who was never abused, people. I never abused this woman. The only thing I did was end the relationship because the mother and the grandmother were stalking the living shit out of me. And that's wrong. See, I don't even want to say this because my mission again is not to embarrass this woman, but unfortunately, she does come from two prior generations of female stalkers. Her grandmother stalked her grandfather, which God rest him, I found out recently he passed, and her mother stalked her father. She comes from two generations of stalkers. So this is what she knows to do, people. This was a great girl when I was with her. She didn't understand anything about this domestic violence and filing all of these false orders of protection against people. She learned this from people before her. She learned these fucked up tactics, excuse my language, from her mother and her grandmother, who were bitter, broken women themselves. And to destroy her happiness, they did this to her. For anyone who doesn't believe me, people, look at the tapes on FrancinaEvans.com, which is now number third on Google. People, it's climbing the ranks. Listen to the recordings. Listen to them. Listen to her tell you how her mother and grandmother were stalking me. Now, this message is for the supporters of Francina Evans, because this is why I'm making this video today. I have no problem removing FrancinaEvans.com. My terms are that she stops the social slander, she stops falsely using records of my father and mother to lie on me online. She stops attacking my daughter and trying to get at my daughter. She takes all of the social media stuff she's been posting about me down, and she leaves me alone. If she leaves me alone, people, as you can see, FrancinaEvans.com is number 3 on Google. People, I'll take the site down. My mission is not to torment this woman for the rest of her life, people. My mission is to get her to stop. And for anyone who truly loves this woman and is watching this broadcast, you can see that you might not see, because you're so obsessed with believing I want to hurt her, that you're just obsessed with trying to do something to me, because she fucked up. She fucked up by lying, people. So if you love this woman who you claim that I'm, and see the content she's been putting up about me, it's a lie. I was in a beat my mother, the scumbag lying pastor of Staten Island's Mount Sinai Church, this girl to be accepted into the congregation after lying in front of an entire church using falsified records to make you think that I was my father. Because this pastor is a scumbag and a liar, and he's not a man of God. But people, I am. And I am willing to be merciful and drop this site. Now, I'm not going to drop her cases, because people, she won't leave me alone. If she leaves me alone, I'll leave all of that. But people, all of these lies, all of this stuff, when she's doing all about this, even this speech that's coming up on TikToks, this was her first time speaking about the abuse. People, this girl was never abused. And if you go to Francina.com, you hear it out of her own mouth. She was never abused. She literally lied on me because she was mad I broke up with her, and she didn't want the embarrassment of being dumped. So she created this whole movement called Breaking Up Is Not a Crime. The truth is, people, again, ladies and gentlemen, Francina Evans criminalized me breaking up with her by filing false police reports on me, having me arrested 4 times for things I didn't do. People, I've never lied on Francina Evans, and I am challenging the pastor of Mount Sinai Church for the 6th month in a row, the honest, integral man of Mount Sinai, Pastor Brown, to provide proof, Victor, that I lied on Francina Evans. Provide proof that I litigation abused her, Victor, and filed any reports. People, it's been 6 months. Why has this pastor not said anything? Francina still goes to the church. No one has cited her on the horrible lies she told and the embarrassment she put on that church. Everyone is still hoping that she can do something to me. But people, you're going to be hoping for a long fucking time. Excuse the language. Because I've done nothing to her. So you can't hope for negativity to come to someone who hasn't done anything negative. On behalf of Operation Rock, people, as you can see, FrancinaEvans.com is number 3 on Google, people. So it's climbing the ranks. We're fighting for justice, people. We're fighting for the rights of victims. We're fighting for the rights of those who are oppressed by bigot and racist institutions like Staten Island. Hell, ladies and gentlemen, just help me fight this, help me end this, people, and we're going to move forward and do great things in the sphere of domestic violence and intimate partner abuse, people, because I have learned a lot about litigation abuse, and it's something that I intend to fight ardently for. People, this was a horrible nightmare imposed on me by a woman that I loved, and none of this should have happened. But at the end of the day, it did, people. I intend on turning my situation into one that empowers others. I'm Clayton Howard. I'm a victim. I was lied on and falsely arrested by Staten Island and accused of horrible offenses by Francina Evans. The powers that be on Staten Island refuse to accept my victim status and have done everything in their power to silence and limit me, people. But I'm a soldier and I keep fighting. As I show on FrancinaEvans.com for everyone to see again, people, this is the truth behind my offender. The woman who lied on me. The woman who manipulated Staten Island's district attorney into believing she was a victim, who used the court records that exposed the diagnosis of my father to call me a schizophrenic, and the one who created a fake domestic violence movement to have me socially slander for abusing her that I never did. And for anyone who needs to see proof for her conviction, here it is. For anyone who needs to see proof of the false arrest, here they are. For anyone who needs to see proof of the contact from people, from the brother who tried to threaten me, that I would love to accept the 10-round fight that I'm offering. Matthew, stop being a coward. Accept the fight, brother. And lastly, to the lies about Skewy and the schizophrenic. Lastly, people, we have audio of the breakup. This is the first half of the breakup audio where she admits to the breakup and the fact that her mother was stalking me. Here's a recording of here's another recording where she tells my audience how her grandmother and mother were manipulating her for years. Here's an audio where the crazy grandmother admits that the mother was stalking me, how they were using the pastor trying to arrest me, how she knew about my daughter and had been lying about it. People, this audio right here tells you everything about the liar who is Francina Evans, who lied to her own grandmother and family about my daughter. And lastly, people, here is her admitting that I never touched her. People, on behalf of justice and intimate partner stalking, help me stop Francina Evans and end this madness that has become the horribly domestically abusive situation of my life. People, I'm just trying to get justice. I'm trying to get peace, and I'm trying to get this woman to leave me alone. Again, people, for Francina Evans and supporters, if she leaves me alone and takes down the lies to YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, guess what? I'll take FrancinaEvans.com down, because people, in a week or so, it's going to be number one on Google. And once it's number one on Google, you'll never be able to get a job, Francina. And I'm not doing this to limit your opportunities. I'm doing this so you stop lying on me on social media and you leave me alone and go about your life. That is all I want. I finally stopped her lying mother, ladies and gentlemen. The next is Francina Evans. People, on behalf of justice and God, people, I am going to get my day where I can be on here and I can talk about somebody else's bullshit. And I have peace. People, spread the message. Stop intimate partner stalking. Fight domestic violence, and